Congratulations, you've made it. You're a Florida homeowner. It's great news for most who made it here before the lockdown craziness. Now, those who did are seeing quite a bit of equity in their homes. But what about those who bought during the peak and are now dealing with Florida's record inflation? And where the heck is Ron DeSantis during all this? We'll get into him a little later and his role in this inflation. Welcome back. I'm Antonio Anselmi, the most trusted name in real estate. I apologize. It's been a while that I've done a video, but I am back with some good information. Now, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so that others will see this video as well. And if you don't feel like sitting through this video, I can always be reached by phone or text at 727-534-4569. Let's get into Florida's inflation. Over the past decade, Florida has seen remarkable growth in property values. Now, if you got here before the Florida rush of 2021, then you are most likely happy with your home's equity. If you got here during the peak, you may be like a few others with buyer's remorse, especially with the current state of Florida's inflation. Now, according to data from the Florida housing market, Florida has witnessed a staggering 192% increase in property prices between 2012 and 2022. Now, that remarkable growth isn't limited to the state as a whole. It's happening in specific counties as well. In counties like Miami-Dade, property rates have surged to 194%. In Broward County, they experienced 204% increase, while Palm Beach County saw a 196% rise. Now, Orange County recorded a 167% increase, and in Duval, we saw a 174% surge. Now, Duval County is the Jacksonville City area. Now, Hillsborough County led the pack with a staggering 213% increase. This is the county that encompasses Tampa. Now, this growth doesn't stop here. Additional data from Redfin shows that as of August, property prices in Florida were up 3% year over year. And just last month, we saw that in Pinellas County, we were up 6% year over year. Now, these rising prices do continue this year, even with most buyers dropping out because of much higher interest rates. Now, be sure to check out this video that I just posted on interest rates. I may have gotten it way off. I thought they were going to come down, but it looks like they're actually inching up. And I'll include a link to that video in the description. And the biggest issue is the 4 to 7 million home shortage we have to make up for the newly forming families in the United States. And that is what's driving the property prices. Back to Florida inflation. As of the latest available data in July of 2023, Florida has one of the highest inflation rates among U.S. states. The Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach area in particular has an inflation rate of 9%, which is more than double the national average of 4%. Now, the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater metro area also has experienced a high inflation rate of 7.3% for the year ending in May of 2023. Now, what are the reasons for the inflation in Florida? Primary driver inflation in Florida, as we discussed, is the persistently high housing costs. The state's growing population has led to increased demand for housing. Remote work during the pandemic allowed many Americans to relocate to Florida, most with a salary much higher than the Florida median income, now allowing them to pay above list on homes, and ultimately that demand and shortage of homes drove home prices and rent prices up. We also saw wealthy individuals and corporations from outside the state and country invest in real estate, driving up prices. Florida experienced the most significant population growth from any other state from July of 21 to July of 22. Over 445,000 people decided to make Florida their new home. And a growing population increases demand for various services, including housing, which impacts inflation. Interest rates in Florida have risen by over 3.5% since July of 21. Now, higher interest rates can lead to increased home ownership and borrowing costs, affecting housing affordability. And normally this increase would slow down the market, and with a decent supply of homes, this would in turn lower home prices. But the reality is that with the extreme housing shortage that we still have, a huge demand for homes, and that is still driving up prices. As of last month, we were 6% up year over year. Now, it's important to note that housing costs account for a significant portion of the CPI, Consumer Price Index, which measures inflation. As such, the rise in housing costs has a substantial impact on Florida's overall inflation rate. And don't forget about one of the biggest issues this past year in Florida. More expensive property insurance has added to the overall cost of homeownership in Florida. The cost of Florida homeowners insurance has increased over 300% since 2010. With recent catastrophic hurricane damage to the state, our politicians are lost. And forget about Governor Ron helping us out. While many Tampa Bay residents are hit with record electric bills from his rate increase approval, he's MIA with the establishment types campaigning for president. Hey Ron, remember us? We could use a little help here. Florida's unique combination of factors, including population growth, demand for housing and real estate investment, has contributed to its high inflation rate compared to other states. So what does all this mean for aspiring homeowners? The reality is that high interest rates coupled with rising property values are making homeownership unaffordable for many. As property values climb, the dream of owning a home moves further out of reach. So where do we go from here? As we move forward, it's essential to keep an eye on these trends and explore strategies to make homeownership a reality and more accessible to everyone. Now, a message to future homeowners out there who are waiting in the wings for rates to come down. When we do see interest rates come down and homes become more affordable once again, just know that we will also once again see bidding wars, escalation clauses, and multiple offers much over asking price. We will see prices start to climb once again. Hope you found this information useful, and if so, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. We'll keep you updated on all things related to Florida and real estate. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Antonio Anselmi, the most trusted name in real estate. Until next time, hug your kids, hug your family, and have a blessed day.